Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, for today's video, I actually have quite a bit of information to give away about nullsec ratting. Now, obviously, I have done my nullsec ratting video all on its own, but there is more to talk about in terms of the nullsec gameplay for the ratting purposes in terms of individuals. So, yeah, I'm going to cover a little bit more about it today, and hopefully, this adds a little bit more for you to learn about the nullsec arena. Now, a lot of players are brand new to the game, and it is for that reason that I'm going to be giving you something special for the coming video on Saturday. Now, on Saturday, there is an Omega giveaway, right? The Omega giveaway is sponsored by NetEase itself. So, this is a NetEase generated giveaway. The giveaway is going to be in conjunction with several channels put together because I prefer having people learn a lot more from the game from various sources. So, right, I'm just saying it there straight up on the fly so you know what you're going to expect from the next part of anything that comes out of my channel. Sorry about that. So let's get on to explaining a little bit more about everything that's going to come for the purpose of gameplay. When it comes to nullsec ratting, the reason that I'm saying that there's more to actually talk about is because of game balancing and the fact that I consider it a massive taboo for the developers to do. Because it's generally been seen that every time they've done these major balancing systems, they've taken massive knocks in player content. They should have focused more on maybe the insurance and finding a way to bolster up in industry within the game, because industry is quite weak, although it does have its strong point, such as the introduction of capital ships. It's actually easier to produce a capital ship than it is to replace it using insurance. And I believe it is the only type of ship that is that crazy to replace in terms of value. So if you are looking at things on that side, capital ships are insane in terms of value. They aren't going to be cheap. They aren't going to be in any way replaceable through anything else. So high-end corporate industrials will be functioning very well for the next several months in the game. And trust me, things are about to get way more expensive with the following patches and the way they are going to be bringing up things into the game. Okay, so let's move on to the next set of crazy things when it comes to ratting in nullsec. The idea of ratting solo in nullsec is a very foolish one. Like what I am doing right here on the screen, you may not be able to see if there is a party with me, but I am ratting solo. Ratting solo means that you get no information on what is going on around you. If somebody is there, let's say somebody jumps into the system and you weren't paying close enough attention, all you're going to see is somebody pop onto the field, lock onto you at close range, and start firing away. Depending on your type of build, whether you're a brawler or a long-range fighter, this will make quite a difference for you. Because if you're a long-range fighter, that means you are going to be fighting some crazy circumstances on a close-range battlefield. Now, this may seem pretty simple to most of you out there because you're used to this type of a thing, but it is something that you have to be very well aware of. Ratting and mining in nullsec is no walk in the park. It's actually something very difficult for you to do as a solo player. You need to be thinking about backup at all times. I'm sorry about the big black blobs which are blocking out a considerable amount of the screen. They are in there for the purpose of this video, and it is the reason why the thumbnail for this video was put up in advance. So sorry about that in advance for anybody who was joining in to see a lot of gameplay. Okay, moving on, the next thing that you need to know in terms of all this craziness is going to be the fact that certain parts of nullsec ratting need to be followed up with the following from your corporation. If you are within a territory that is in conflict between two corporations, you may experience more conflict. If you are in an area that has your complete control and you're in located deep sectors, you may be safer. The reason for this is, say for example, you're at the dead end pocket in a pipeline. A pipeline dead end pocket is something which a lot of people will set up stations in because they are much easier to protect. You can set up multiple levels of defense, and as a team decides to jump through, they may have to face the same members over and over again in continuous combat until they finally drawn out into a heavy full-out assault in the final sector. It is for this reason that people don't like going into these sectors. It also is a very good way for people to play ambushes. A simple thing like a an Aurora jump drive can end up pulling a massive fleet behind you, while being in a sector where jump drives cannot activate will cause you to have a massive push to stay in the sector and fight till the end. Something that simple can be used to push you into a corner, and the gate can be blocked off from allowing you to leave. So simple things like that can end up putting you into a bad situation with dreadnoughts firing on your capital ships and wiping them out at a close range for an assaulting force, which is why they generally are the favored area for people to hide in and wreck. Now, being part of a system with 2 gate entrances is just as dangerous. It's not as safe as being in a single entrance system. In a double entrance system or triangulum system, where there are only 3 points for you to enter or exit through, the exit to the gateway pipeline will generally be the point where the most amount of force is applied to stop you from moving. It is something that is applied by a lot of high-end players and can have some catastrophic results on enemy players should they attempt to fight you. Now, I know that another thing which people think about is the ability of their ship against enemies. It's not something to actually worry about too much, considering that you can have long-range fighters which generally take a lot less damage, unlike my Naga, which is totally imbalanced because I put several large fittings in places where they shouldn't be. If you have a ship with double shield boosters in place of a small shield booster or a medium shield booster, okay, my Naga has a large, right, for the reference that I want to give. As you can see, that shield booster is a large, so I can't keep it on all the time. It also knocks out my power grid heavily, which pulls down the amount of production in terms of power that I can give. These are some of the things that you need to take careful note of. And just for anybody who is paying attention, the Saturday video will tell you that there was a code word dropped in a video somewhere along the week. So here is my code word for the giveaway, so that if you want to enter, you need to give this code word. The code word is Phoenix. Right, so the code word from my side is Phoenix. So thank you all for being part of that. And if you are going to be trying to get the Omega giveaway, make sure that you drop Phoenix on the Saturday comms. And I will be contacting you through Discord. Do not follow anybody to WhatsApp. Do not follow them to any other place. There is a Discord link on my channel. You're going to have to follow that Discord link in the video on Saturday, and that Discord will be where I will give you your prize. So hopefully I will see you all there, and I will be able to pull you all into that side and give you your prizes as needed. I will be asking simple questions in the chat, and that's all that will be required for me to know who is the person who is giving me the information. So yeah, that is it, and that will be the end of the giveaway talk on this video. So let's get back to the nullsec rating. So within the nullsec rating, there are also 3 other things for you to think about: small, mediums, and large. A small has a limited number of enemies with a maximum of 7. 7 can put quite a bit of damage on your ship if you don't have a very powerful ship, but it is also very easily managed with the right type of fittings. If I change my Naga from a long-range sniper to a close-range brawler, I most probably would be able to take down this entire fleet much quicker without taking a lot of damage. I'd be on the front foot, I'd be taking heavy assault as the purpose of my fleet. I wouldn't be using the long-range pop railguns, and that would actually impact me in a very big way on the close-range gameplay. So yeah, that's just about it for what I had to explain. Now, taking all this into consideration, I hope that you consider nullsec rating in a different manner. because I did explain its bounties in the last one. This one here is actually explaining its negatives. The chances of you getting blown up in nullsec are quite high. People can move in and enter into a system in the time it takes you to blink. It can be that obvious of a weakness for you when playing the game. So I hope that you all have enjoyed this video and found it entertaining and a little bit helpful in terms of those who are going up into nullsec. So see you all in the next one and have a great day.